creation of Gambia Siren came out of frustration from many of us. And it was when the election happened and the ex-president came out and said that he accepted the results. And then 1 week down the line, he came back on TV and said that he rejected the results.
I hereby reject the results in totality. Let me repeat, I will not accept the results based on what has happened. What has happened.
So all of us were very angry and frustrated, and most Gambians were online on Facebook just venting their frustrations. And I had a phone call from Salutal, and he told me that, well, this thing has happened, and what do you think we should do? I'm like, okay, at this moment, I really don't know what to do, but we have to do something. He said, okay, I think what I can suggest is we can call all our friends, and then we can have a get-together at my house, and then we can brainstorm and see what the next move is going to be.
We found ourselves in a situation whereby we had to take certain steps. We were not activists as such, but we took a step for our country, and that resulted, that put our lives in danger.
I have decided.
I have decided.
I have decided.
Ñun Gambia du mo decide.
Ñun Gambia joxe nañ suñ kàddu.
Gambia has decided for unity.
Gambia has decided.
We have diverse sets of people that were within the group. So when it was for us to mobilize to do anything, it was very easy because we have experts within us that could easily make it happen. For example, we had people who were professionals in the social media sector, handling our Twitter pages and Facebook. So when the decision was taken that we have to start letting this movement to be owned by the Gambians, the only way to do that is for to have a very good publicity campaign. So for the first time in the history of Jammeh's rule, it was the first time that we put in billboards that is against Jammeh. So I think the billboards really played a very important part in spreading the cause for many people to know what was going on, because it then started to make the regime to react against us. One of the things that we wanted to do was to use the Open Mic Festival, which happens every end of year. It's a big rap show that happens in Gambia, and we plan to use the event to distribute t-shirts. So what happened on that particular day, we went there, and one of the artists came on stage and said something in Mandinka, which was very popular at that time, called IAG. And IAG in English means, in Mandinka it means Jammeh must step down, like you have to step down. So when he said that, the whole stadium started echoing the same words that he was saying.
We are human beings, not a monkey. One monkey is like a donkey. Equalness and justice.
And I think that was when the authorities started to get noticed that, well, these guys really have the youths behind them. And I think these guys want to start like a demonstration or a mini uprising. And if we don't do something about them right now, it might really backfire on us. So I think that was when the decision was taken to have us arrested. So lucky for us, when they made the decision to have us arrested, we were able to get the information that they were coming to get us. So that's when we took the decision that me and Salih had to leave. Otherwise, they will have us arrested, and God knows what was going to happen to us.
When we went to Senegal, we realized that we still have, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to ensure that the rhythm and the attention on the plight of Gambian remains on the international news. Ordinarily, our freedom should not be given to us. We should have it as a right. We didn't have it for 22 years. For the first time, we came back and took it to the ballot box. And Jammeh decides to take it away from us. And we are saying no. And we will continue the momentum to ensure that the will of the Gambian people as expressed in our votes is respected. At the time in Senegal, there was a lot of confusion about even the constitutional position of the election results. So some of the things that we had to do was, for example, I had to go on TV, on different platforms, to explain to the Senegalese media and some people who were distorting the fact that actually in Gambia, the finality of elections is determined by the Independent Electoral Commission, not the Supreme Court. This is very important. We wanted to control the narrative from Senegal because there was a lot of distortions.
Élection, balaa ñuy wax ni, balaa ñuy wax dëgg-dëgg telle personne moom moo gagné, il faut résultat définitif yi génn. Te bu fekkente ne Cour suprême même waxul, cela veut dire qu'il y a un problème. En tout cas fii ci Sénégal boobu.
waaw fii ci Sénégal waaw mais ñun su Gambie demeewul noonu parce que fii da nga am droit civil Cour suprême mooy joxe résultat final ñun suñ côté demeewul noonu suñ côté dañu am Independent Electoral Commission boo xam ne mooy wax ne kii moo gagné ou kii moo gagné.
résultat provisoire amul Gambie. amul
Gambie. amul Gambie. At that point in time, the politicians were hamstrung because there was an impasse. There was very little they could do. There was ECOWAS was intervening. I mean, ECOWAS leaders came to Gambia and were having meetings, but there was not much communication as to what was happening behind closed doors. So people were very anxious they were very anxious and they were very desolate. So Gambians basically provide that hope, and there was the voice of defiance, collective defiance against Jammeh.